Real spoken Hebrew as opposed to textbook Hebrew. This is what we're going to talk about today in this video. So hi, I'm Noah, I live in Tel Aviv, Israel, and I teach Hebrew. And today we're going to talk about real, authentic, conversational Hebrew, modern spoken Hebrew, as opposed to textbook Hebrew. Because we want to learn the correct forms, and when I teach, obviously I teach correct Hebrew, correct forms of Hebrew, but every language has its idioms, phrases, words, slang, those little things that make it fluent, that make it vibe when we talk to someone. And for instance, vibe, right? When I have these words in English and I practice them and I feel comfortable saying them, immediately I feel the fluency in my language in English. And the same goes for Hebrew. We want to kind of sense how people actually speak first, always, to understand people, but then secondly, to be able to use it. And it always makes everything more lighter, more fun, fluent, friendlier. It kind of breaks the ice if we know some idioms. So today we're going to talk about this. You know, sometimes we learn really correct forms, sometimes we don't even use them. For instance, I'm always surprised when students of mine say, Emesh halachti lemisada. Emesh, last night I went to a restaurant. So yeah, it's correct. Emesh is last night, but we don't use it when we speak to each other. Real native Hebrew speakers don't use Emesh. So people learn it in a Hebrew school or the Ulpan, and it's okay. I'm not against learning very correct forms, but I always say, kind of, side note, we don't use it. So it's important to know, even if you learn something, what do we use and what don't we use? So for instance, us native Hebrew speakers, will never say to each other, Emesh halachti lemisada. We'll say, Etmol ba'erev הלכתי למסעדה. אתמול בערב, אתמול בלילה, אתמול בערב הלכתי למסעדה. So maybe it's longer, but this is how we actually speak. So we're going to learn a few words today, 11 to be exact, and there are little, again, idioms and words and slang that we use kind of more fluent way and more natural vibe. And you also have attached to this video, link below, a PDF and the dialogue. You'll have a dialogue there, okay? An actual context and dialogue that you can practice in the PDF. And it will always also be written in Hebrew, translated into English, written phonetically if you don't know how to read and write Hebrew yet. And also it will be recorded. You will hear the recorded dialogue. So you can read it, you can hear it, listen to it, and then practice. So I really recommend downloading the PDF and working with this video and not just learning passively, but learning actively. I can't stress that enough. Okay, now let's go to the words. The first is ma hamatzav, or ma kore. Ma kore, ma hamatzav, ma nishma. They're all kind of lighter ways, funner ways to say, how are you? Ma shlomcha. So ma shlomcha is the correct form and we use it, but we use a lot ma matzav. What is the situation? Literally meaning. Or ma kore, what's happening, what's up. Or ma nishma, how is it hearing? But it means how are you? How's it hanging? How are you? What's up? Okay? So ma hamatzav, ma kore, how are you? What's up? בא לך. So לבוא is to come somewhere. אני באה למסיבה. I'm gonna come to the party. But when I say Bali, it's like saying I feel like it. It's kind of slang. Sometimes it can look childish, but we use it all the time. Bali, I wanna, I feel like it, or לא בא לי, I don't wanna, I don't feel like it. For instance, בא לך ללכת למסיבה? Do you wanna, you feel like going to the party? Esh. Esh is fire, but it means something good. It means great, wonderful, excellent, I'm excited, all this in one word. So literally it means fire, but we use it also to say, awesome, great, I'm aboard, it sounds great. So for instance, Let's say, again, with a party, אתמול הייתה מסיבה אש. Last night, there was a party, fire. But it means last night, we had an awesome party, a great party. סגור. סגור, when it's not slang, it means closed. But when we set something, we use it, again, in slang kind of way when you say סגור. It means it's determined. We scheduled something. We're on board. We're not going to change it. It's a done deal. סגור. For example, קבענו למחר בשעה 10. סגור. Okay? It's set. זורם for male and זורמת for female. It's like saying, I'm easygoing, I don't mind. We're light, yeah? Well, like I'm going with the flow kind of way. For example, לא משנה לי לאיזה סרט נלך. אני זורמת. I'm easy to please, easy going, I'm going with the flow. בקטנה. So קטנה is small and female, קטן, קטנה. בקטנה in the small. But what it actually means is we're not going to overdo it. We're not going to stress about it. Let's do something little, something small, not go crazy, you know? In the small. For example, חשבתי לעשות מפגש חברים, לא משהו גדול, משהו בקטנה. מוש. מוש is just a shortcut for מושלם, and מושלם is perfect. And yeah, we use the shortcut. הולך להיות מוש. It's gonna be perfect. You can say הולך להיות מושלם or הולך להיות מוש. יש מצב. יש מצב is like saying there's a possibility, perhaps. For instance, יש מצב שאתה עוזר לי. Can you, is it okay? It's like saying can you, is there a possibility for you to help me? But in a lighter, cooler way, you know, friendlier way. But it also depends on how we say it, because יש מצב, like, it's a possibility. Sometimes it's a question. Is there a possibility? Perhaps you can. And sometimes it's like saying, יש מצב. Maybe. It's like saying also maybe. So it really depends on the vibe of how we say it, because if someone asks me to come with him to drink coffee, and I can say, יש מצב. Like, maybe, yeah, I'll look it up and I'll see if I'm available. Or, יש מצב. Like saying, never, ever in your life. So this idiom is really something that depends on the vibe. It could be a question, it can be an answer. It's perhaps and maybe and can you, all of those things. Again, if you download the PDF and listen to the dialogue, you'll understand it in context. Obviously, there are more ways to use it, but this is at least one context that you can start using it immediately. Download the PDF. לקפוץ. לקפוץ is to jump, but also like when I do a quick visit. For instance, אני קופצת לחברה. Meaning, I'm going to visit a friend, but for a very short while. It's just a little jump and I'll be back. So, אני קופצת לראות חברה. לקפוץ. יא תותח. So first of all, the יא, we said יא אלופה, יא מהממת, יא מלך, you king you the bomb you. So the יא is when we want to kind of stress or emphasize the you, right? It's just the יא. And then תותח is you are the bomb, you are it, you rock, okay? תותח actually means a cannonball, but when we talk to someone, just like in English, you're the bomb. So you're the bomb, you, יא תותח. It's like really putting it like you rock, man. And lastly, אין עליך for male, אין עליך, or for female, אין עלייך. So en is the opposite of yesh. Yesh is I have, or we have, or you have, and en is you don't have. And alecha is you, in a way. So it's like saying there is no you, or there is no on you, but it actually means en alecha or en alaich, you are the best. There's nothing like you. You are the best. So for instance, toda ala ezra, en alecha. Thank you for your help. You are the best. En alecha, en alaich. Okay, so to really retain those words and know how to use them, it's not enough just to listen to me. You can learn the information, but listening, writing it down, but eventually I always say to my students, we need to use it. We need to speak, to say those words, and it has to be inside of context. So again, download the PDF, listen to the dialogue, read the dialogue, say it out loud. Yes, alone in your home, it doesn't matter. You don't need to wait to anyone in order to learn and practice and speak Hebrew. Actually, you practice, you learn, you get prepared alone, and when you suddenly meet a native Hebrew speaker, then you're ready. So let me know what you thought about this video. Click the like button and comment it here if you liked it, if you used the PDF, if you practiced these words, if it taught you something new, if you feel kind of the vibe of the Hebrew now after looking at the dialogue and the words, and which word did you like the best? Bye.